Hey, what's up? This is Mark Lopes from Metal Church and Ross the Boss Band, and you are watching CMS TV. And all you people out there, keep it fucking metal.
We'll make you a deal. We'll let you come back on as long as you have that trophy with you to show us. How's that?
Hey, I'll bring the trophy and another one of these. How that sound?
Perfect. Very good.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we held at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight, oh, the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming. Its red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say, does that star-spangled banner yet wave? Oh, the land of the free and the home of the brave. Oh, say, does that star-spangled banner yet wave? Oh, the land of the free and the home of the brave.
And welcome to Wednesday.
Howdy, sir.
It's kind of funny that the last thing I hear out of your mouth before we go on is, eat a bag of dicks.
And then I come in all happy. Hey, what's up?
Hey, how you doing?
What's up, friends?
Welcome to it.
Yes.
Another fantastic, glorious day.
It is. It's very nice outside.
It is 2 degrees in this room that I'm in, though. I don't understand what the hell happened here.
I was just out. I just got back in like 5 minutes before showtime, and it's gorgeous outside.
It is a beautiful day. Beautiful, beautiful. I am going to, after 6 o'clock tonight, head out to Triv's Restaurant in Strongsville.
Nice. Get yourself a nice steak.
No.
No?
Charles Guile, who used to play at some of Triv's benefits and stuff, he's like a one-man band kind of guy. It's like
Okay.
Charles Guile and his ghost band. He's playing up there, and I'm going to stop in there for like an hour, say hi to some friends, and then take off because I got a busy night tonight, and I got to get up early in the morning. So,
How do you not have a steak when you're at Triv's?
well, I mean, believe me, I would love a steak at Triv's, but I can't. One, you know what I do for a living. I can barely afford the shit that I eat, much less a steak at Triv's.
You can't get Junior to throw you a steak?
Come on, I don't ask for favors and stuff like that. That's not me. I'm not that guy.
I mean, right now we're giving him more publicity than he's had in years since Senior died.
I know, but so yeah, tonight probably around 6:30 I'll be up there.
Nice. That'll be fun.
But I got a busy night because my daughter wants to go to the rec center, so I got to drop her off there after the show. Then I got to go to the get gas, and I got to go all the way out to Triv's, say hi to a bunch of people, and then after that, stay for like an hour or so, and then take off.
Right.
And go back and pick up the kid and all that kind of stuff. So it's and then have dinner somewhere in between there and go to bed.
Well, I'll tell you this. I would advise not going to dinner where I went yesterday.
No. We got to tell people about that. We got midfielder for the Cleveland Crunch coming up in just a little while.
Yes, McCain Spragling.
Now, I'm looking at their website. It's like, I think it's theclevelandcrunch.com.
Uh-huh.
And they're having a pretty good season. Most people don't even know that they were playing. From what I gather, talking to some people about the Crunch today.
I did not know they were playing, and we're interviewing. I didn't know until yesterday when you
They currently have they're 8-1, having a very good season. So they got 3 games left, I believe, and then the playoffs start.
Right.
And they were setting up at the Wolstein Center the other day.
That's right. Yeah.
For the playoffs. So looking forward to talking to him. We're going to get some people on before the playoffs too.
Dude, answer me this before we even talk about my experience.
Yeah.
Why can't local Cleveland radio, and I'm going to point directly at you, 92.3, but also ESPN Cleveland, 850. Why do they give the Crunch nothing? Why do they give the Crunch nothing?
I don't know.
We have one championship team in this town. One. This one. And yet I was driving in my car. I had 92.3 on. What did I hear? Well, is Kenny Pickett going to be good, or is he worth a... I'm like, are you kidding me? We got a winning team.
We do. Well, the Cavs are a good team.
But they're still talking about Kenny Pickett.
Yeah, I know. That's all I heard on the way home. And we do have an actual professional team, the Crunch, that are having a great year and going to be in the playoffs here in the middle of April, I believe.
Yeah.
And
Are you old enough to remember the old Cleveland Force days and the early Cleveland Crunch, the original Cleveland Crunch team?
Yeah, I loved it when I went to the Richfield Coliseum.
Yes.
And Darth Vader would come out, and they'd be playing the Star Wars music.
Right.
And all of a sudden, the Force would come. It was unbelievable. I loved it. I love indoor soccer. I think to me, look, I'm going to be honest with you, even though I see that we have one of the guys from the Crunch there at the bottom of the screen listening in. I'm going to be honest with you. Soccer has never really been my thing. If I see soccer on ESPN, I turn it off. And I'm talking about the on-field. I played soccer as a kid, and I like playing. I actually kicked somebody in the face and ended up breaking my ankle playing soccer. And that was the end of my soccer career. But the actual field game, to me, gets kind of boring.
It's too slow. It's too slow and it's too big.
But the indoor game, and I went to a game last year, a Crunch game, and it's fun, it's exciting, and it's a good time.
And there's lots of scoring.
There is. Well, if you look at the scores from this year's season, there hasn't been a whole lot of scoring for the opposing teams.
No, not at all. We got a good team. But I mean, the games are like the games are like 19-8 or 22-21 or something. There's like a lot of scoring.
Yeah,
it's great. I love it.
Yeah, so again, you can check out all the information on theclevelandcrunch.com.
Yes.
And you can see what they're up to and check out tickets. And like I said, I think they have 3 games left. They have a watch live button on there, so you can check out the games. And I think the last 3 are away games, though. So I can't check them out here until the playoffs. And we're, again, going to talk to
well, I think they're in town on Saturday. I think Saturday is Fan Appreciation Day out at the Sportsplex there in North Olmsted.
If Ryan had his camera on and stuff, I would bring him on.
He's just getting set up. It's all good.
To talk to him. And
I'm looking right at it. It says Saturday, March 15th at 7 o'clock against Omaha. And I just know that that's Fan Appreciation Day.
Oh, I do see that. Oh, you're right. Yeah, it is. All right. Last 2 games are away games.
Yeah. So there's Ryan right there. You want to bring him on? Ask him.
Is he available to talk? Let's bring him on.
Bring him in,
Seth. Yeah, let's bring him on. Ryan, how are you, my friend?
Seth, how are you?
I am fantastic. Thank you for joining us. We're talking about the Crunch. We might as well have you on now and before the playoffs, too. So, the Crunch having a good year.
We are having a great year, Seth.
You probably heard Chris and I talking. So many people that I talked to today, we were talking about having how do you pronounce his name, please?
McCain Spragling.
Okay, we were right. But we were talking about having them on, and some people are like, they didn't even know the Crunch were playing. And that's a problem because we have a great team, and people don't know about it.
Yep, and I think a lot of that has to do with the venue that we play in right now.
All right, so can you explain why the venues here are not stepping up to the plate here?
It's hard to find an indoor soccer facility. We attempted the IX Center 2 seasons ago.
Right.
And, it went really well. Almost 6,000 people came through in 2 days. We marketed it right. We advertised it right. And I think if we do what we have set out to do and host these playoffs here April 11th through the 13th at the CSU Wolstein Center, I believe that there's a future at the Wolstein Center. But we need your guys' help. We need the fans' help. We need Cleveland to show up and show out. And I believe if we can put 5,000 people in the seats, I think there might be a home for the Crunch. Sure. Back to where it all started. Well, where it had been in the past.
Right.
The Convocation Center, which is now the Wolstein Center.
Right. What is your title with the team?
I'm a partner, co-owner, and director of sales.
I mean, that's unbelievable. And again, I really had a great time with my family when we went out to check out a game. And it was fun that you guys make it family friendly, and people were excited about it. And I wish it was at a better place. Not that the IX Center was bad, but that place is so huge.
I know.
Set up a field and everything was difficult, but I think you guys do a great job.
No, I appreciate it. We work really hard behind the scenes. A lot of people don't know what goes on behind the scenes. Take the CSU Wolstein Center playoffs being hosted here. This is something. These talks didn't just start a month ago. These talks have started for over a year, and multiple meetings and multiple Zoom emails and Zoom meetings and in-person meetings with the Wolstein Center. So we've been planting seeds left and right, and now we need to put on a good show. The players will determine who's going to be the champion, but I like our odds. I like our chances. I like our team. Our team is very stacked, and I think if we do what we set out to do and we fill up the Wolstein Center, with at least 5,000, I think 5,000 is the magic number. I'm going to start putting 5,000 on all my social media outlets. I believe that there will be a future, and I don't think we'll have to have this conversation in the past. It's funny because, I understand what you're saying, Seth, but I see all the comments, and we have a pretty good social media following, and I see, and everybody's like, oh, I wish you guys played in a bigger venue. Okay. You want us in a bigger venue? Show up, show out. Come watch us try to win a championship in downtown Cleveland and go back to back. We do that, and there's going to be a future downtown.
Well, I certainly didn't mean any disrespect by that. What I'm saying, though, is that when you listen, like Chris was saying, you listen to sports talk radio in this town, and they're not acknowledging what's going on with the Crunch. They're talking about Kenny Pickett. And, again, who cares about Kenny Pickett? They're talking about Guardian stuff when it's not Guardian season. I mean, they need to talk about the guys that are going to the playoffs right now.
No, I agree. And, that's been a struggle. A lot of Cleveland media does not take us seriously. I assure you that we are serious. I assure you that I work harder than a lot of other professional, than other people of my stature and other professional teams in the state and in this country. And, we're here to stay. We're not going anywhere. We work really hard. We do everything we can to do, like you said, put a family fun atmosphere, the atmosphere that I remember from the Richfield Coliseum,
Sure.
as well as the Convocation Center. We work really hard to honor our past, but also create our own presence. And it's like I was saying, if people want to see us and they want to see us in a bigger venue, you know, I have to be very careful when I respond on social media with my title, because I don't want to get into any fights with anybody. But yeah, I remember one time when I first joined the organization, I took it to heart, and I wear my heart on my sleeve, and I was like, you know what, write it. Where's your checkbook? Write a check, because money would solve everything. I mean, you name the option, we've looked at it for playing. So, and I've been very much a part of those conversations.
Well,
so
money would be one thing, Ryan, but the other thing would be the respect that it's deserved. And look, I'm a lifetime Clevelander, and it sounds like you are as well. What do we always hear? What have we always heard? Give us a winner, give us a winner, give us a winner. Here's the defending champions that are in first place going for it.
Going for number 6.
And what nobody's recognizing it. They'll recognize a shitty Browns team. They'll recognize the Guardians, who are good. They'll recognize the Cavs, who are good. They'll recognize Stipe. You know, and I have no problem with that. But we got a winning team. Everybody says they want a winning team. Well, where's the support?
I agree with you 100%, Chris. We've had our mock setup going on at the Wolstein Center the last 3 days now. Today was the last day. We want to make sure all of our ducks are in a row for come April 11th. If there's no issues, CSU Wolstein Center is dead serious about us putting on this event. And they're so dead serious that they're letting us drill holes into their concrete. So you don't do that if you're not serious about us. And I believe they're serious about us. I believe we're serious about them. And it's like you said, I had a conversation with the commissioner of the league today, who flew in from Las Vegas the last 3 days to be a part of this. And it's like, God, I love my Cleveland sports teams, but the Browns have all kinds of toxicity right now and won 3 games last year, and that's all you hear about.
Yeah.
And you know what? I will do whatever. We will do whatever in our power in the organization to flip the script.
Right.
And, it's been hard to find big-time corporate sponsors, but once it happens, if this goes on the way we plan it to, and the way we've game planned this out, I believe that people will start noticing. They'll have no choice, because the thing about it is now, guys, all of our games at the Sportsplex are sold out. It's Seth, you were there. It's completely packed. We put on a great show. It's great entertainment for the value and the money. And we don't need to market. We don't need to market to try to sell more seats. They all sell out. So once we're able to do that, I think things are going to change in our favor.
Yeah, it just seems like the Cleveland media, and I'll just say the Cleveland media, should be, even if it was the tiniest little thing in the 92.3 2020 ticker or whatever they do, saying, oh, and by the way, Saturday's Fan Appreciation Day for the Crunch, get out there. Just something little. Doesn't have to be huge, but it reminds people that it's another sport, and it's a winning sport. It's not a sport that you're going to go to, spend $300 and come away disappointed.
Correct. The thing about our games is the intimate atmosphere, the fact that you can get up and close and personal with the players. The kids can all get – Crunch soccer is very much winning tradition, but it's also about family fun atmosphere, and it's about youth. It's about the youth kids. It's why we do our youth summer camps every summer for the last 5 seasons. It's why we go out to charity events and work with nonprofits and put on autism camps. It's why we want to do everything in our power to enlighten and enrich youth soccer as well as other organizations.
What's the status of the league? How's the league doing in general?
The league's doing great. I mean, the league grew grew 3 teams this year, and next year there's already 4 teams lined up to come in. So, now you're talking where you're able to, at least from a team standpoint, you're able to compete with another league that I won't mention.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, how hard is it to keep a team together? Because you guys don't play a ton of games. I'm assuming that everybody else, that most of the players have to, hustle as well as playing soccer. Is it hard to keep a good lineup and get a team to gel like this?
Once you have your core, and we have many core players that have been with the team for 5 seasons. We also have new players, and we had new players last year. We hold an open tryout every year. But once you have your core and you establish that winning tradition, I mean, again, and here's another stat, guys. In the 5 seasons we've been back, we've lost just 2 home games.
Wow. 1
this year and 1 2 seasons ago.
Oh.
And that was it. 2 home games we've lost. We've lost on the road, but at home, we've lost only 2 games.
That's amazing.
The Browns will do that in 8 days.
Correct. Yeah. Sunday, Thursday. Yep. Yep.
So if people want to hear the games, can they hear or watch the game? How do they watch them and hear them?
Yeah. So theclevelandcrunch.com is where you can see all of our games, home and away. All of them are streamed. All of them have audio and commentary. That's one thing I like about the league, as opposed to other leagues that try to charge you to watch a game. It's very accessible. For the second season, we've partnered with WOBL, Lorain County Country Radio. And yes, you can listen to it in Lorain County on 107.7 FM, but you can also listen to it on WOBLradio.com.
Is Munch still calling the games?
Munch was a color commentator for our opener. But Kevin Arnold is the voice of the Crunch since being back, and we love Munch. Munch is very much a part of our organization. During the home opener, Munch Bishop was on our list, and he got himself a championship ring.
That's great.
That's one thing I do love about the Cavaliers is I love the Gilbert family because they take care of their people, and that's one thing that we wanted to do. Everybody in the Crunch organization, from people selling merch to people scanning tickets, we made sure that we took care of everybody and got their ring, just like Dan Gilbert did when the Cavaliers won in 2016.
Yeah, that's very cool. That's good stuff.
That's great.
I'm excited. I'm excited for you to check out the playoffs, and I'm excited to
have McCain
on a little bit. It's very cool. I wanted to get you on and him on or somebody on because I think that we do need to start promoting this stuff, and I think we do need to let people know that it's going on and it's going to be a good time. When can people buy tickets for the playoffs?
They're already on sale. If you go to wolsteincenter.com, the event pops up right away. You see the MLS 2025 playoffs. And you know what? I don't want to exclude the women's Major League Indoor Soccer teams too, because they are playing in the championship on Saturday.
Okay.
So the schedule goes as this. It's April 11th is the 2 semifinal games. You'll have one at 5 p.m. and you'll have the other at 7 p.m., 7:30, depending on when that game ends. So that's a doubleheader. You buy a ticket, you get to see both games. Saturday is the women's championship final, which we're excited about. And then Sunday's the big one. That's the game we hope to be playing in. And win a championship in downtown Cleveland would be something else in my lifetime.
Ryan, before we get to that part, let's get to this Saturday. That's what Fan Appreciation Day at the Sportsplex. Are there tickets, or is that one sold out?
Believe it or not, tickets are still available.
Okay.
What we find with our fan base is that it's like 24 to 48 hours before the game. That's where we'll announce our sellout, because people are still buying tickets. People wait last minute. But yeah, Fan Appreciation Night's going to be awesome. We have a lot of giveaways. Our sponsors stepped up big, and they do their swag gifts. We do our stuff. The Columbus crew is coming on Saturday. We've co-partnered with the Columbus crew in a marketing campaign to help them promote the Inter Miami Columbus crew game that's going to be here 1 week after the Major League Indoor Soccer playoffs at Huntington Bank Field. The crew will have their mascot there. So Fan Appreciation Night is always one of my favorite nights, because it's a way to give back to the fans, give back to our sponsors, and also, put on a show. On top of that, we're also playing the Omaha Kings, which in April of 2024, we went to Omaha, played in the playoffs, made it to the finals, and played Omaha, the home team, made the finals, and we beat them and won our 5th championship, and second in 4 seasons being back. This is our 5th season back. So we're trying to go 3 of 5 now.
And Omaha, am I wrong in thinking that if the season ended today, that's who you guys would play in the first round, because they're the 4 seed right now? Is that right?
No, you're not wrong. It could be that, but the other thing that the league has also promoted is that the playoffs are going to be there's going to be a play-in wild card game.
Okay.
Obviously, I hope that we're not playing in that. As our record stands right now, we shouldn't be. But that playoff wild game is Thursday, April 10th. Okay. That is not at the Wolstein Center. That'll be at most likely it's going to be at the North Olmsted Soccer Sportsplex in North Olmsted. That'll be between the 4 and the 5 seeds.
Okay.
And the winner will go on to a semifinal at the 5 o'clock game. Or, no, the winner would go on to the 7 p.m. game on Friday.
Okay.
So if you think about that, guys, that is a tough road for a wild card team. If you play in, you have to play Friday. You have to play Thursday. You have to play Friday, and then if you win, you have to play on Sunday. That's 3 games in 4 days.
Wow. That's a lot of beating to take off those walls.
That's a big beating, Chris. Yep.
Soccer's a dangerous sport. I'm telling you right now. We you laugh about the boards and stuff. My daughter played once for a while when she was a little kid, and she took a hit to the face, and she dropped like a sack of bricks, man. When that ball hits you, it ain't no fun.
Yeah.
I'm not trying to get ahead of myself here, but if we do win this whole thing, is there going to be a parade in town?
Our owner, Luciano Rashido, he's out of Willoughby, so we always have a parade out that way. We're always a part of that Willoughby parade. We were in the parade last year. It would be great to have one downtown. It would just be a matter of putting it together and seeing how the mayor of Cleveland is very involved with what's going on what's going on for the playoffs. So we're hoping we get a little bit of help there.
Well, if they can give a parade for a team that won 0 games, they can certainly give a parade for a team that wins the title, for God's
Amen.
sakes.
Amen to that.
Preach in the choir.
Well, it looks like we have McCain down there waiting for us. So I thank you for coming on and talking about everything. We do appreciate it.
Yeah, no, I appreciate you guys having me. I will be more than happy to come back on, a week before the playoffs.
Absolutely.
And I'll also be able to tell you guys, well, you'll be able to see it all over, but you'll know what the seating is, too.
Okay.
All right.
Excellent.
Well, yeah, we'll definitely have you back on and talk about that. So, Ryan, thank you for coming on. We do appreciate it. And I wish you guys the best of luck. That's for sure. So.
Absolutely.
Hey, thank you guys. I appreciate you guys having us on and helping us promote this season and the playoffs.
All right.
Our pleasure. You want to hang out at the bottom there and watch the interview with McCain?
Yeah, I would. Yeah, I'd like to see McCain. Yep.
All right, hang on. I'm going to put you down there.
All right.
Let's bring on the man himself.
All right.
McCain, we just had your boss on, my friend.
I heard a little bit of the ending, so that was good to hear.
So don't say anything too bad because, you can fire you on the spot. And I mean, I got to bring him up and you're like, all right, you're gone. And then, the playoffs are coming up. We need you. So, how are you today, my friend?
I'm wonderful. Thanks again for having me, guys. I appreciate it so much.
Well, thank you for coming on. We appreciate it.
Well, dude, I'm just going to say it. Let me say it.
Yeah.
This is the LeBron James of soccer for Cleveland.
There you go.
He is a star, man.
And that's an honor to hear that. I appreciate it.
I was talking to my friend Munch. He told me to call you the train, is what he said.
Yeah. Munch is my guy. He's lovely. I love him so much, man.
And then he told me to ask you, have you scoped out the scoreboards in the Wolstein Center for your backflips?
I'll give you a little insight. I was there today, and, it was a bittersweet moment for me to, see the arena as well. But, of course.
Now, were you practicing soccer or were you practicing backflips to make it look good?
No practicing on the backflips. That's just kind of an in-the-moment thing. So I kind of just go with that.
Right on, man.
How long you been playing soccer?
Man, 27 years now. So
Wow.
at the age of 3, I started kicking the ball, and I just haven't stopped since. So still kicking.
Dude, how do you get into soccer from here? And for people that don't know, you're a local guy. You're from Akron. You went to Brush, I believe. Mm-hmm. So this area is just not known for soccer, really. It's known for wrestling. It's known for football. It's not known for soccer. So how do you get into it?
100%. You're 100% right. And actually, it's a funny story. I tell it all the time. My godmother, she's the one who actually got me into it, and I appreciate her so much because she didn't know what to do with me when she was watching me one day, and kind of that was just, let's put him in this and see how it was, and I ended up taking the soccer ball home, and the rest has been history, as you can see.
Right.
And how'd you get into indoor soccer? I mean, it's a much different game. I was telling Chris before we got you on that for me, the outdoor game, I was never good at it. I kicked somebody in the face, broke my foot, and that was the end of my soccer career. Yeah. And, but there's a big difference between both games. How'd you get into the indoor game?
Yeah, you're so right. It's such a difference. And actually, what's funny is I went to Syracuse, New York to go to school, college. And during the time, my coach now at the Crunch, Antonio, he was, I think he was at the Syracuse Silver Knights. And, me and him, we grew up and we were close. So he would always be like, yo, come see the games. And at the time, I was like, what, indoor soccer? But I don't remember that much about it. Since I was a kid, I went to the games. But I got to see some of the games Antonio played. And from that point, it was just kind of like in the back of my head, like something I thought of, like maybe I would want to do one day. But at the time, I wasn't that interested. I still wanted to play outdoor. And actually, I was on vacation in San Diego, and I seen a flyer that said soccer tryout. And me and my friend, we were just there for a vacation. It wasn't anything serious or anything like that. And he was just like, you should just go do it for fun. Like, and me, like in soccer, anything soccer, I'm always down to do. So I actually went to the tryout. I didn't even tell anyone I was going, so they were kind of surprised as well, the soccer's organization. But I went to the tryout and everything went well. Like it honestly couldn't have went any better. So when that happened, that kind of was like, okay, wow, this is an idea. Maybe I can go with it. But at the time, I was still a lot of an indoor or outdoor player. So it was kind of like, all right, now I have to see how the game is played. And I think being in San Diego at that time, it was just, I don't think I could have been anywhere else better to learn the indoor game more in depth. So that's pretty much how I got into the game.
It's so weird because San Diego, you think the weather out there would be so nice. Why would they want to play indoor soccer? But that's cool. I mean, thank God you did.
Yeah, for sure. And San Diego, actually, it has a rich history as well. I'm sure you guys know, but it's a blessing to be able to know that I was there once. So.
Sure. What did you have to change about your game, McCain, when you switched from outdoor to indoor?
Oh, man, so much. I just had to be, I would say more patient, but at the same time, a quick thinker as well. It's kind of hard to really know what I mean by that, but I just think the indoor game is more technical and you have less room for mistakes.
Right.
A lot more action and, you really, to me, it's every single position in one. So I think that's pretty much is what you need to play indoor. That's my opinion, but.
Sure.
Look, I've been a couple of the games with you guys, and it seems like everybody's all over the place. And you're a midfielder, a forward, but I mean, it seems other than goalie, it seems like every guy is all over the field at all times. I mean, it's amazing to watch.
100%. Yeah, it's kind of crazy actually. Like you got to be in shape, and you just got to be able to be willing to work hard for each other. And I think that's why we've been able to succeed for this long, is because everyone's willing to work for each other, and that's just the mentality.
Sure. Let me ask you this. I'm going to tell you a very quick story and then ask you. I once at the old Crunch, I played in a TV versus radio celebrity game, and I got taken down and I broke my clavicle hitting that floor. I mean, I just got kicked in the legs and it literally shattered my clavicle. And it made me think real quick, I don't want to be out here anymore doing this. How do you, and especially going from the outdoor game, it's one thing to go down in grass, but man, people have no idea how hard that floor is when you hit it. I do because I broke my shoulder, but how do you avoid getting hurt when you're getting smacked into the walls and smacked onto the floor?
Man, honestly, it's hard to say, because like you said, it's at any point, at any time you can, hurt yourself, but
Yeah.
it's more of, I think for me, it's like adrenaline, of course, but, just being a little more cautious, I think. But at the same time, we train for this. And, not only is it the turf that's hard, but you have the boards as well.
Yeah.
So it's just a lot that comes with it. It's kind of hard to prepare for that, but I guess that's it.
All right, let me take it the other direction, though. Do you ever want to just take an opponent and slam his ass up against the boards? I mean, you gotta be a little bit physical out there, right?
I mean, of course, I don't ever want to hurt anyone. Of course,
not hurt them. I'm just saying, slam them up against the boards, and they'll
Give a little wake-up call.
Yeah, a little wake-up call. They don't get up for a couple of minutes. All right, but then
sometimes you gotta do what you gotta do, and sometimes you gotta look at the league. So I'll just leave it at that.
There you go.
Right on.
What's the confidence in your team right now?
It's
8-1. You got going into the playoffs. What's the confidence like up there?
I would just say the confidence level is just, we're very level-headed as a team. We don't take anyone lightly. Even the teams at the lower side of the standings, we take it the same way we take the top teams at the standings. So I think we just, take it game by game. And yeah, of course, it's a great feeling to host the finals here at the Wolstein in the hometown of our team. But, we still got a few games left to go. So we just take it practice by practice, shift by shift, and game by game. So, of course, we always only have one goal, and that's to lift the trophy at the end. and that's just our mentality going forward.
Sure. With the finals being here and you being from here, do you take any extra pride and do you share that with your teammates about how Cleveland will represent?
Oh, of course, yeah, for sure. And I've been blessed and been able to play outside of Cleveland in bigger arenas and bigger cities. So, to be able to do this in front of my family and, longtime friends and old Crunch fans and, it's just everything, and I think even to some of the newer guys that don't know that much about the indoor history, they can
Sure.
just feel the tension and everything that's coming. So, of course, I think I take it a lot more serious, and it's just I can't wait. I lose sleep every day thinking about it.
Nice. Do you look back yourself at the history? I mean, do you look back at Kai Hoskovy and Hector Marinero and Keith Furphy and all those guys and think about it yourself?
1,000%, and it's crazy because my mother, she took me to the games, and I played for the internationals growing up, so we would go play at halftime, so like I got to know those guys as a kid, and being a fan of the indoor game the past 10 years of my life, coming from Cleveland, any team that I played on that wasn't in Ohio, being from Cleveland, I had to know the history about these guys, so of course, it's just not able to wear this same name.
I'm not trying to get too personal here, but people are sending in questions or asking.
Yeah.
Is this a full-time gig that you guys have as players? Or do you have to do something in the off-season? What are you doing? You playing more soccer? What do you guys do?
I mean, yeah, I'm sure everyone is different. The good thing is, a lot of us, we play this for the love of the game. And, outdoor season is approaching. So, of course, you got guys getting ready and prepared for that. But, like I said, we all are kind of at the same level of we want to lift that trophy. So we don't really think too much about that during the season. But, of course, I usually take the break during the summer, but this summer might be different, so we'll have to see.
Sure. Now, McCain, we talked about this a little bit with Ryan, but I'm going to ask you the same question. Cleveland loves to say that we want a winner. You know that. I mean, you grew up here. That's all you ever hear. If you give us a winner, you give us a winner, you give us a winner. You guys are giving them a winner, and you can't get a sniff on, sports radio and whatnot. Why do you think that the media hasn't gravitated to the Crunch the way they do to Stipe or obviously the Browns or whatever? I mean, obviously they're bigger sports, but should you guys not be getting that attention?
Me, I have my own opinions, of course, but I honestly, me personally, I would just say, there's a motto that I like to live by, and that's just you can't rush greatness, so, and, I really hope that, everyone that's watching and, we do everything we can to bring the city out April 11th, because that's just going to be one of those nights you just don't get back ever again, and I think that'll wake the city up a little bit. It takes time. Great things take time, and there's a lot going on in Cleveland, as far as the outdoor teams, and, it's a lot going on. So, of course, you don't get the right exposure and the media you want, but I don't ever think it won't happen, if that makes sense.
Look, soccer is probably one of the, if not the biggest sport for youth and in this country. And, it only makes sense that you guys blow up bigger than what you are right now. Sure. And I think you're right. I think some exposure, come April will really help. But I think Chris is right. I think some of these local media stations need to, pull their weight a little bit and start acknowledging the fact that you guys are here, you guys are playing well, you guys have a championship that you're trying to get. Right. And, I think
and you're the returning champions.
Yeah.
And I think and I won't say that they don't support us and things like that, because, I do see a lot of the media, and things like that. But I think another thing comes to, like, people seeing us play. It's such a difference. When people come to the games, even at the Sportsplex, it's so electric, and you don't get that at outdoor games, and it's like once people start to see what's going on, that that can only just increase it. And I think word of mouth helps, of course, but when people can see and just feel what's going on, it's hard to not want to enjoy that, so.
Like I was telling Ryan, I mean, I've been to a couple of games, and it's a lot of fun. I mean, it's family-friendly environment. It's fast-paced, and it's, and it's fun watching a winner.
Yeah.
So, I love it. And so I think that more people should get out there and start enjoying the game with you guys.
100%. I agree.
Right. So Ryan, I don't want to say you're getting old, but you're getting older. How many years do you think you have left to play?
Well, that's a great question. And hopefully I can just play until the wheels fall off.
75, you'll be out there.
You mentioned it before. There's not too many people that I'm inspired by, but one of the people is LeBron James. I'm from the same place as him. I grew up similar areas, similar people around. So like, of course, I would love to play as long as I could. And just whatever makes sense. You never know. I've been coaching the last 5 years, and the kids are everything. I love that so much. So hopefully I can keep that up. Take that to another level. But of course, I definitely see 5 more years of backflips for now. So
there you go.
Well, do us a favor though. Don't go on TV and say you're moving to Miami, because then we may not like you as much as we do right now.
Yeah, maybe I'll just have to come onto your podcast if it comes to that. But
all right, if you're going to make the announcement, at least make it here. Yes.
Yeah, perfect.
We're hoping that you don't make any kind of announcements about taking your talents to South Beach.
Nah, taking my talents to the Wolstein Center.
There you go.
Well, man, one thing I do know is that you are one of the fan favorites, and I know you know that, but how seriously do you take that? Do you take that as a responsibility, or are you just gracious that everybody gravitates to you?
It's funny you say that, because I hate when people say that. It's crazy.
Okay.
That sounds, because I just love the game so much, and I'm such a people person, so I want them to enjoy it as much as I do. And, I think that goes in my head during the whole game, outside of the game. And not only does that go with just soccer, it's just in life in general. I think, the happier you can make everyone else, the happier you can make yourself. So that's just kind of like my insight and my outlook on that. But, of course, I love every single one of my fans. Yeah. Oh.
Right. Well, I mean, it has to be a nice feeling if people are, yelling your name during the games and whatever. And like, I watched a bunch of videos of kind of the behind the scenes stuff that's all out there on YouTube and whatnot. And you're in all of it. You're literally in all of it, shaking hands with the kids, kicking the ball around with kids. I mean, you're much more than just that player that they see on the other side of the glass. You really go out of your way to participate with them. At least it seems like that.
100%. They take their time out of their days and their lives to come see us play, win or lose. So for me, that's the least that we can do, and I just love it. I love the kids. Like I said before, I was there. Like a lot of the kids that I've grown to know, like I have relationships with these kids now. They come to game after game. So I tell them all the time, I was in your shoes before. I literally know how you feel. So that comes with a lot, if that makes sense.
Absolutely. Before we let you go, and before we talk about the finals, let's talk about this Saturday, because that's a big game as well. It's Fan Appreciation Day. Obviously, you are the fan favorite guy, or at least one of the fan favorite guys. Talk about what fans can expect.
Oh, man. So fans that have seen us play Omaha before, they know what to expect. Fans that haven't, you can expect constant action, just the electric, everything will just be amazing. Of course, we played them in the championship last year, so I'm sure we'll come with a little grudge for themselves. But, like I said before, we only got one goal, and honestly, they're in our way of it. So this game will be pretty exciting. And I think the guys, even after last night, it's been a while since we felt like that at practice. And I just think things are coming along, and Saturday, I can't wait, and I hope to see a lot of you there because it will be a game as well. And
well, that's why you gotta use some of that energy and take them into the boards, like I was talking about earlier. They're in your way, man. I don't want you stopping and shaking hands with kids and stuff. Kick them out the way and get that win on Saturday night. That's what we're talking about.
Yeah, whatever it takes.
I want a parade in this town. I don't care about the autograph.
Me and you both, trust me.
Well, we're excited to have you guys on the show today. We're excited to have you guys in town. We're excited for Saturday night. It's going to be at the Soccer Sportsplex in North Olmsted. Is that right?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
And it's a good location. It's a great place. I've been there, and it's a lot of fun. It's a lot of fun watching you, and it's a lot of fun watching those guys. And good luck, man. Really, seriously.
That means so much to me. I appreciate you guys for having me on. I got you guys locked in. I'm going to be tuned in to whoever you guys have on the show. So thanks again. And I do want to give a quick shout out to the boys. Shout out to the team, the organization, and a happy birthday to my little sister, Tayel. Love you so much.
Happy birthday.
Yeah, happy birthday.
Thank you.
Hopefully we'll talk to Ryan and maybe get you back on too before the playoffs because it'll be exciting.
I'll tell you what, Ryan, we'll make you a deal. We'll let you come back on as long as you have that trophy with you to show us. How's that?
Hey, I'll bring the trophy and another one of these. How that sound?
Perfect. Very good.
All right, McCain. Well, we appreciate it, man.
Thanks again. You all take care. Have a good day.
You too.
Right, take care,
Talk to you, man. Good stuff, man. I'm telling you.
Love it.
Thank you, Ryan Ruiz, for coming on. Thank you, McCain, for coming on. A lot of fun.
Yeah.
Seriously.
And it's a great sport.
It's a great
People need
sport.
to support it.
And everybody needs to get out there and support this team because it's fun. And it's a winner that we got here. So
yeah, that's it. I mean, look, you can support, you can be one of these guys that's calling in and going, I think Kenny Pickett's good for 3 games this year. Or you can support a winner. I say support a winner.
Absolutely.
Enough with this nonsense. Let's get some support for a winning team.
I wish they were getting more pub, but that's just me. I didn't mean any disrespect out of that to Ryan.
No,
but it's just one of those things that I don't hear about it. I don't see enough about it that I want to see when it comes to this kind of stuff.
I'm going to tell you what it is for me anyway. As a Cleveland guy, born and bred and raised in 56 years of Cleveland, it's frustrating when we have something that's doing great things not getting great attention. Because we spend how many hours and months and years talking about stuff that's not worthy of the attention that it gets. Right. And I'm not saying that the Crunch is bigger than the Browns or the Indians or whatever. I'm not saying that at all. But I'm saying that they should get some, like I said to Ryan, why can't they be in the 2020 tickers on 92.3? Why can't Goldhammer mention that they're playing on Saturday on ESPN 850? It's a sport. You're a sports talk show. Promote it a little bit, just a little bit.
Well, I've made it known to everybody that I'm more than happy to have them on, and whoever they want to put on, anytime that they'd like to come on. So,
absolutely, it'd be great.
I do appreciate their time, and it was fun.
Yeah.
All right, let's take a quick break here. We got to talk. We got to play a little Hands to America. I know that Mario's been watching, and we'll play the commercial. But seriously, if you have any extra income, any extra cash laying around, it's a good charity.
Yeah, absolutely.
And so help them out a little bit. But we'll take a quick break, and then we'll be right back. And Chris has a hell of a story from the other night that he wants to tell you.
Yes.
And I'd be pissed. So hang on. We'll be right back.
All right.
When disaster strikes, we come together. Here at Mario's Barbershop, we've turned our passion into purpose. As Hands to America, a 501c3 nonprofit, we're on the ground helping those hit by hurricanes, floods, fires, and tornadoes right here in northeastern Ohio and nationwide. But we can't do it alone. We need your help to keep this vital work going. Your donations, whether it's cash or vehicles, can bring hope to those who've lost so much. Join us in making a real impact. Every donation fuels relief efforts and helps rebuild lives. Call us at 844-864-2637 or locally at 216-520-1977 or visit us at handstoamerica.org to see how you can help.
There's plenty of places to experience the Seth Williams Show, but if you want all the content, you need to join us on Minds. Get all the live episodes of the show every Monday and Wednesday from 4 to 5:30 p.m. Get the special bonus footage every Wednesday from 5:30 to 6 p.m. Get bonus content from Seth and Chris as it's produced. It's only $4.99 per month, so don't wait. Sign up today. Visit us at www.minds.com/Seth Williams Show.
Welcome back to the Seth Williams Show with Chris Aiken. And don't forget handstoamerica.org, handstoamerica.org. If you've got any extra cash, donate there and sign up for Minds if you have not yet done so. Extra content on Wednesdays and possibly maybe something this Saturday as well. So
Yes. And while you're spending money, buy yourself a crunch ticket and get out there on Saturday. Fan Appreciation Night.
Yes. So $5 to sign up for Minds at
Yes.
minds.com/Seth Williams Show and get your crunch tickets as well. So,
Yes, absolutely.
and thanks again for those guys coming on. We do appreciate it. All right. So you, my friend, had a little experience. You finally went on a date.
I did. I finally had a little date night with my girl Kelly, who I don't see nearly as often as I should. So this is a tale of just ugly. I know I was telling you this last night. You just sounded like you were ready to drive over to this restaurant and beat someone's ass, man. I was plenty pissed. You caught me. I'm calmer now, but I'm still plenty annoyed at this. So here's how it went. Me and her haven't really gone out and done anything in probably a month or two. I mean, it's been a little bit.
Right.
So we had a couple stop starts where my schedule was busy or whatever, and we finally narrowed it down to yesterday was a day that was going to be perfect because I didn't have a show to do last night because Eric's out on the boat. We pre-recorded, so I had a night that we were going to go. We were going to have a nice dinner. Maybe go get a drink or two after the fact, right? Just a night out, And everybody needs that, don't you? I mean, you know that, dude. Everybody
Absolutely.
needs a night out, right?
God knows. I do, yeah.
So she asked me where I want to go. I pick a restaurant. I'm going to purposely not say the name of the restaurant yet because I am in conversation with the owner trying to make this sort of right, I guess.
I don't know, man.
As you'll see in a minute, it might be tough. It might be a tough sell. I don't know. So, but in any event, I was in the mood for Italian food. So I picked a place that I knew in Streetsboro that sells Italian food. You guys can figure it out if you want to Google. And we decided we were going to go and have some Italian. And then after that, we were going to find a bar somewhere and get a drink or two. That was the big plan, because I'm a real wild guy, right?
Well, you never go out, so actually leaving your home is a wild thing for you.
It is. It's definitely something for me to actually make a plan and stick to it and not let work get in the way or anything. But I did. I made it happen. We go out. I meet her at the restaurant. We meet at 6 o'clock. So it's 6 o'clock. I want to keep this part in mind. It's 6 o'clock. And we walk into the place. It's they do DoorDash, but they also do delivery or whatever, but they also have a dining room, right?
Yeah.
And inside the dining room, there's nobody in it. I mean, literally nobody in the dining room. So immediately we're like, is this place even open? Like, is the dining room open? So a girl comes walking out. I just sort of say, hey, is the dining room open? And she's like, yeah, go ahead in. Just seat yourself, which wasn't real hard to find a seat. There was no one in there. No one. So we go in, sit down, waiting. We're waiting. 10 minutes go by. We're making small talk. 15 minutes go by. Nobody comes out. Not even to hand us menus. Not even to give us water. Nothing. I mean, nothing. So I get up and I walk up to the counter. Nobody comes out from like the counter. There's nobody at the counter. There's people working in the back. And I'm like, all right. So I start doing the thing where you like, you know, tapping the desk real hard, drop your keys on the, you know, to alert somebody that you're standing there, right? So finally, this kid comes up and says, hey, how can I help you? And I said, can we get some menus? Literally hands me 2 pamphlets that they have in a little
Jesus, dude.
in a little thing on the counter.
So you're a better man than me, because right now I would have been gone already. I would have been like, there's got to be a Pizza Hut or some shit down the road.
Well, I'm going to tell you. I love this place generally for their food. I've eaten there before, and they've always had great food. And they've always treated me great, which is another reason I'm not naming the place yet. I'm hoping it was just a really fucked up staff night. I'm hoping. But anyway, I take the pamphlets. I go sit back down. I give Kelly her pamphlet. We pick what we're going to get. You know, what's that take? 5 minutes at most?
Yeah.
You know, especially now when we're hungry because we've been sitting there a half hour, haven't even got a glass of fucking water. So nobody comes out. No one comes out. 5 minutes, 10 minutes, 15 minutes later, I look at Kelly and I literally said to her, I said, you want to just fucking go? And she was like,
yes.
Well, she was like, well, just see, maybe they don't hear us or whatever. It's like, all right. So this time I walk up, I stand at that counter for a second, nobody comes in. So I just walked into the kitchen. I was like, you know what, fuck this. And I walked into the kitchen and I said, hey, is anybody going to take our fucking order? And I literally dropped an F-bomb right away.
Oh, boy.
Which is not good.
Not a good idea.
But I literally did. I was like, I don't even care if you spit in my food at this place.
That's what I was going to ask you. Like, aren't you concerned about now they're going to...
At this point, I just didn't care. I was annoyed at this point. But I walked in and I was like, are you guys going to fucking come out and take our order or what? Oh, yeah, we'll be right out. All right. 5 minutes more go by. And he comes out. But he doesn't come to the table. He calls me back to the counter so he can punch my order in to the computer. So I come back to the counter, I give him my order, and now I'm yelling back into the dining room to Kelly, what do you want? You want the chicken? All right. So, you know, I mean, that's what we're doing. We're yelling back and forth because this lazy son of a bitch won't come into the dining room with a little notepad and write it down. Then this is going to make, I didn't even tell you this part, Seth. This is going to make your head fucking explode. After I give him my order, he says to me, what's the name for this? How about the name is the only motherfucker in here? How about that? That's my name, the only motherfucker in here.
All right. Well, I mean, at that point, don't you say, look, dude, we're sitting over here.
I should have left. But I didn't. I just didn't want to make too big of a goddamn scene, but I should have. So now we wait another 20 minutes, right?
Yeah.
Another 20 minutes for the food. Here comes this kid with a box and a bag with the food in it. He's not serving it. He's not serving it. He's giving it to me like, okay, here you go. Now get out. Like, it's bagged up to leave. And at this point, Kelly looks at me and I was like, we're not fucking leaving now. Fuck no. And I literally said to him, we're eating here. And he just looked at me and I was like, oh, can we get some soda or something? Yeah. So he brings over the soda. Of course, they're out of what I want. So of course, Kelly gets what she wants. I get cherry Coke because they're out of real Coke. And at this point, I just didn't want to fucking fight with him. I was like, whatever, dude. Fine. So I got chicken parm and rigatoni. That's what I got. It's in a plastic bowl with a top on it. I take the top off. I unwrap the plastic fork and knife.
Please, dear God. So you sat there and you ate?
I sat there and I ate. You're damn right I did. And I got marinara sauce all over everything I possibly could on their white-ass table.
What did Kelly do?
Looked at me in sheer disgust.
Did she eat?
She ate, but she was awful quiet because I think she knew that saying anything to me about this was not going to be good.
No.
She knew it was probably better to just let me see than leave me alone.
Dude.
So now here's the kicker. So we get done eating dinner,
John,
and
what's the name of the restaurant?
I'll tell him off air. I'll text you, John. I'm not going to say it on air because I have been in contact with the owner today.
Do they speak English?
Yes, they speak English.
So it wasn't a bunch of illegals?
No, it's somebody I went to high school with is the owner, which is one of the reasons I'm being semi-respectful and not telling the name of the restaurant. But so I get done with my meal. Look at Kelly. She's like, all right, let's go. She just wants to get me out of there because she knows I'm about to just fucking lose my shit and fucking flip over the tables and break chairs and everything. I was mad. I mean, you talked to me. I wasn't just my normal.
You were pissed.
I was really mad. And I was just about to, if Kelly wasn't with me, if it would have been, I don't know, my brother or you or something, there would have been a table going through a window. I kid you not, I was that pissed.
See, you and I are so different because I would have been like, oh, thank God I didn't want to eat here anyways. I would have taken the bag. I would have gone and I wouldn't have fucking paid for a thing, though.
But you know what, dude? I eat at home all the time.
Yeah.
I wanted to eat out. That was the whole gist of this thing.
You don't have a date.
It was a date night. It was a rare moment that I'm getting out of the house to spend time with the girl. And that does not happen that often. So
right.
for me, that was what I wanted. I wanted the night to do this and then go have a couple of drinks and whatever happens, whether I end up in a karaoke bar or end up just back whatever. Back at her house smoking pot and singing Bob Seger tunes, I'd have been fine. I was just looking for a nice, relaxing night. A nice, easy night. Does not go that way. So now I have to come back up to the counter to pay for this fucking meal. And I'll say it was not super expensive. It was like $40 or whatever.
Was it good?
Yeah, it was good. Food was great. But I love eating out of a plastic tin with plastic fork and knife at a restaurant.
Yeah, dude, I was telling you last night, they did it on purpose. I went to an IHOP once, and they were out of fucking dishes. And so I'm sitting there in a booth, and they bring over our food in, like, plastic containers with plasticware. And I was like, what the fuck is this?
Yeah.
I'm paying for, like, actual china here.
Yeah, I was so mad. But I go up to pay for the damn meal. I pay for the meal. I put the card in. The screen changes, and the guy goes, you can put the tip here. It's like, really? Can I? No tip. Fuck you. If there was a way to put a custom amount in, I would have put a custom amount of 1 cent.
Yeah, 1
just
penny.
to let him know that I know and that he's a shithead.
Yeah.
But I put no tip because,
wow.
I was so goddamn mad. So we get out in the parking lot and Kelly's like, well, do you want to go do something? You want to go get a drink or something now? And I was like, nope, I don't. Because I was so fucking pissed And you know this because you talked to me on the ride home.
Yeah, I did.
I was so fucking pissed that if I would have gone to a bar, I would have ended up in a fight.
Especially after a little alcohol, after a little...
Yeah, put a drink or two in me to let that anger now bubble with some Jack Daniels or something. I would have... Somebody would have bumped into me or something at the bar, and I would have got up and fucking punched him in the face. I was so angry about this nonsense.
Wait, they didn't say anything to you while you're sitting there eating out of the to-go boxes?
No, he just handed it to me. It looked like I was going to get up and leave. And I was like, fuck no, I came out here. Look, if you're, and I know I said this to you, but I'll say it to the audience and see if they agree. If they don't have the staff to do the dining room, just tell me when I walk in. Sorry, sir, we're not doing dining room tonight.
Right.
That's all you got to do. And then I would have either ordered food to go or said, okay, thanks. I'll go to the next fucking place. You know, but literally the sign says, seat yourself. We see it ourselves. And the guy acts like we're fucking not supposed to be there.
Well, that's the fucked up thing is, again, they had to have known because they didn't, they had to see you eating there. And if they had a problem with that, you had a fucking to-go box. You're sitting there eating at their table.
Dude, I asked him.
They did this on purpose.
And I asked him at the thing, when I was giving the order, I asked him, the dining room's open, right? You know, and it would have been one thing if, like, the phones were ringing off the hook or something, because I would get it. You know, I mean, you know, you've been in a crowded restaurant before.
Yeah.
Phones are ringing, there's punches of people coming in and out or whatever. Yeah, it gets a little chaotic and it might slow down your service. I am telling you, there was not one other person in this restaurant but me and Kelly.
Yeah,
we're the only two people in this restaurant. And we were sitting there the whole time, and I could tell you for a fact there wasn't a phone that rang. There was not one time we heard a phone ring. We were just treated like shit.
Those fucking guys were those shitty damn liberals, all of them. Absolutely. I guarantee you 5 of those fucking people, I bet they're cooking the food, voted for Kamala.
And the other one was just rubbing his dick in my rigatoni.
Well, that's the only thing that really bothers me now. Is that I wonder, was your food okay? There was no
the food was fine.
Extra salty taste to it. Nothing bizarre.
No, the veal or the chicken parm did not smell like bleach.
Kelly's not pregnant after that meal. Like everything's down. There was no sperm involved. I mean, everything's all right.
She didn't have to get her stomach pumped like Rod Stewart from eating her chicken. No.
Dude, that sucks though, man. I would have been. I don't know if I would have paid. I mean, I'm telling you, I don't want to go to jail or nothing.
Yeah, I just
chicken parm, but
over $40.
Right, but still, dude. I mean,
yeah,
I probably would have said something when they brought over the boxes. I would have said, "The fuck you doing?"
Yeah. I did. The owner was not there. I would have dealt with it because I know the owner. I grew up with the owner. I mean, I know the owner, not just. And I did email him today. I haven't heard back from him, but I emailed him today, and I'm waiting to hear how this plays out. And if it doesn't play out, I will say who the restaurant was eventually.
I remember sitting at that IHOP when they brought me like the to-go boxes with plastic forks and shit. And we were sitting in a booth, and I looked at the waitress and said, "What the fuck is this?" And like I wasn't trying to be rude, but I mean, when you're at a restaurant, you're sitting down at a table, you don't want fucking to-go boxes.
Yeah.
And at least they had an excuse saying, hey, the dishwasher's broke, we don't have any dishes, so we got to use these things. And it still sucked.
Yeah.
Because the portion sizes were a lot different in a to-go box than it is in a normal plate. But I at least you understand a little bit. But you got fucked, dude.
I did. And John is 150% right, and this is exactly what I think happened. The staff didn't want to do any work.
Yeah.
That's what I think happened. They didn't want to do any work. They didn't want to have to come in behind us and clean up the tables and wipe them down and all that shit. And so they just tried to get me to fucking leave. Fuck you.
Dude, I would have thrown pasta at the fucking walls. So
dude, I am telling you. Look, the tabletop itself was white. It was white Formica type of a table.
Yeah.
And it looked like a 5-year-old had been finger painting on my side of the table. I made a fucking mess on purpose.
Scene.
It really did. It looked It looked like a fucking girl having her first period in a swimming pool. It just looked fucking brutal.
I feel bad though, like for Kelly of all people.
I did too.
You didn't go out afterwards. Is she
No.
pissed today?
No, I mean, she wasn't pissed at me last night. You know, I told her, I said, look, I don't want to do shit right now. I told her the truth. I said, I don't want to do shit right now because I'm so fucking mad. And I said, we'll do something else. This doesn't even count. You know, and that's what I told her. I said, this doesn't even count. We'll do something either later in the week or early next week or something, you know, at a different place. And she could pick the place and whatever. So, you know, in a way it's good because it'll force me to go and do something else next week or later this week or something, which is fine. But, man, I mean, it's been a good little while since since me and her made a plan that didn't involve other people. I think the last thing me and her did together was we went to see Landau. And that was, when was that? That was December?
Yeah, it's been a while.
It was December. I mean, we've seen each other here and there, but we haven't gone out and done anything. And
if I were you, I'd call that owner today and I'd be like, "You cost me a fucking blowjob, you cocksucker." And I would have been like, not only do I want refunded my money, but some broad that works at your fucking establishment's got to blow me before this is right.
Yeah, but no, in today's world, it'd be some guy calling himself Sarah or something. Call me ma'am. I'll suck your cock.
Oh God, that sucks, dude.
It was fucking terrible.
That's what happens today anymore. That's what the service industry has become. Yeah. You know, I don't go to a lot of bars anymore because I don't really drink a whole lot like I used to. My wife and I were taking a drive through Lakewood the other night because we were getting some dinner down there, and I dropped my car off at Charlie's Auto Repair in Lakewood. And so we were looking at all the bars that we used to fucking go to, dude. Right. And it was amazing. Like every fucking corner, there was a bar that we used to go to like all the time. We had the party lifestyle. But back then, man, it was good. Service was decent. You go to places now, you don't get the service that you used to get. These people don't know how to work. They don't want to work. And it's really, really kind of pathetic, to be honest.
Yeah.
I don't know who's raising these stupid-ass kids that don't want to do their job.
No one. That's the problem. I'll answer a couple of these. Why didn't I just walk out and not pay? Because I didn't want the hassle of that.
Dude, they're gonna call the cops on you for walking out.
Yeah, I'm a white guy. They're gonna fucking call the police on me, and I will get arrested. So, you know, I'm not a black dude that can rob a fucking Walmart. You know. So there's that. This is a pizza joint, not a. What do you call those? Like Pizza Plus?
Yeah.
It's like, I mean, they sell pizza, yes, but they have a dining room. And it wasn't a dining room with 2 tables. I mean, they must have 10, 15 booths and 3 or 4 tables.
There's a pizza place by me. They have like 2 tables in the fucking thing. That's not a sit-down joint. I mean, that's a sit-down joint that you were at. I
was at a sit-down place that also sells pizza. Yeah, whatever that is. I mean, they literally, it could probably seat 75.
Yeah. Well, that's a sit-down restaurant.
That's a sit-down restaurant, yeah. You know, I didn't show up at fucking Pizza Hut, guys.
Even then, you go to some Pizza Huts, they have the dining room and everything else. I mean,
but what I'm saying is I didn't go to a place that is known for delivery.
If it's to go, you're sitting in your car and then waiting for it, dude. You're sitting in the dining room.
Yeah. Yeah, I was so mad. I just was so fucking mad about the whole thing. But I'm better today. But, man, last night I was seething.
You were angry. Yes.
I was seething mad. I was ready to go back there with a gas can.
You were saying words that I don't even think we should say on this show.
I was quite pissed.
And understandably so. Again, man, I'm really tired of going places anymore and having to look at some of these kids and they don't know what the fuck they're doing.
Mm-hmm. And to be honest, these were definitely kids that were working. I don't think there was 3 people that I saw in there, and then I saw some people come in and out. I don't think a single one of them was over 25.
I went to a gas station not that long ago, and I gave him like a $20 bill or whatever. And the kid looked at me like I had a fucking 4 heads because he didn't know how to count fucking change back to me. I mean, they're stupid. I mean,
well, they are stupid. How could this fucking kid ask me to give him a tip?
Well, yeah, right.
Give him the tip of my dick in his eye, motherfucker.
Well, they ask for a tip for everything anymore, man.
Yeah.
Everything is a tip. Where did I go the other night? Dude, fucking even Subway, they're asking me for a fucking tip when it's your job.
That's your job.
It's your job to make a sandwich. You have nothing else that you have to do other than make me a sandwich.
You work on an assembly line for food, Subway guy.
Like,
I mean, that's what it is.
I'm telling you how to make it. Do I get any kind of... I'm going to tip you for this?
Yeah. Tip you for what? Listening?
But again, it's... grocery stores are my biggest pet peeve now, as far as people not wanting to do their jobs. Mm-hmm. I go to the grocery store now, even... Forget about the self-checkout. Now they have all these self-checkout lines.
Right.
Even Giant Eagle has self-checkout, like 10 of them. And then... But I actually wanted to go through a line where there was somebody scanning all the items, so I don't have to do it.
Sure.
And the woman looked at me and was like asking me why I'm not bagging the groceries. Yeah. Well, it's your fucking job.
Yeah. How much you gonna pay me?
Until my paycheck comes from, the fucking grocery store, what am I bagging for?
Yeah. Yeah. How much are you gonna pay me for doing your job, cunt?
Yeah, it's really annoying as fuck.
It is.
Service industry is just dead.
It is. It's totally dead. Totally dead. And
then I feel like I have to tip when
I don't.
I'm getting food to fucking go, and I have to tip somebody.
There's no tipping on that.
And then I read about it. I'm like, because again, I'm stuck on the internet, and you got to tip 10% for to-go food. No, what the fuck?
No, you don't. No, you don't. Fuck that.
If I'm gonna
like DoorDash or whatever? Or are you just talking about if you walk in and they
I'm talking about walking in and picking up my food,
like Chinese food or something? Yeah. If you walk in and pick it up, and you're supposed to tip for what?
Is what they say.
Fuck you.
Well, what am I tipping for? If I'm going to tip anybody in that situation, it's gonna be the fucking cook. So let me go back into the kitchen and hand them $5 because I'd rather tip them for actually making the food than the fucking whore behind the counter who's giving me. Yeah. What is she doing? Handing me a bag that somebody else put together?
Well, and I think me and you have had this argument before too, but I'm also against tipping based on the price that you spend. Yeah. I like, you deliver me 1 pizza, 2 pizza, or 3 pizzas, you're still just driving me pizza. Yeah. I don't think I should have to tip you $15 when I should tip you $5. You're still just delivering pizza. You just have to carry 2 extra boxes. Big fucking whoop.
And again, that goes with to-go food too. I'm going in, I'm picking up the bag that you put together. So, it's not like I'm sitting down in a nice restaurant, I'm tipping for the service, and coming back with pop and my salad and my water and refilling it and all that kind of stuff. I'm tipping you for handing me a bag. Why am I going to pay 20% or even 10% on a $50 bill, the same as I would a $10 bill, walking in, picking up my food?
Yeah, what's next? Tipping at the grocery store because they had the groceries that you wanted?
Right.
Fuck out of here with that shit.
Or they bag my shit instead of me having to do it myself. That's what they're employed for, damn it.
Yeah. Fuck you, Brian, you idiot.
I'm sorry. What did you say?
Oh, I got it. I should have made a big scene, pulled a Karen. I need to speak to your manager, and called the cops.
See, I hate to say it, I think I'm banned from like 10 different restaurants around here because I'll make a scene, dude. I don't give a fuck anymore. It's my money. I'm going to say something.
See, this is why I stopped going to businesses, dude. This is why I stopped shopping. Because I get in problems with people like this. Yesterday was an amazing amount of restraint for me because normally, and John can attest to this, he's seen it happen with me where tables get flipped over and shit at bars.
Yeah.
We have a famous story where a friend of mine flipped over a table, and then we all scattered, and then I had to go back the next day because I was so drunk I dropped my wallet. I had to buy a table because my friend Scotty broke the table.
So what tips do you get? Well, look, hey, you can leave money for this show on Rumble, right?
Yes.
And I don't consider that a tip. What's going to happen is you're going to get your fucking shit put up there, and eventually you're not unless you pay. So,
Rumble rants.
But you're allowed to, look, I wish I had a tip jar. I wish I had a tip jar for the past 30 years of my radio career. And whenever somebody laughed or enjoyed what I did, they put a fucking dollar into it.
Yeah.
But that doesn't happen.
See, John's acknowledging he remembers that day. 100% accurate. See, and that's where I'm at that weird medium for me, because there's a part of me that loves that kind of just sheer violent rage, but I'm trying not to be that guy as much as I used to be anymore, because I really have enjoyed the last 15, 16 years, whatever it's been, without handcuffs on anymore. You know, dude, I went through a period of my life where I wore handcuffs at least once a year.
Yeah, that's fine, kid.
You know, I mean, I was constantly I'd get out of stuff, or, you know, I pay some fines or whatever. But, you know, I mean, I've probably been arrested 13, 14 times in my life, you know, for this, mostly for fights or whatever. But still, it happens, you know.
You get out way quicker than doing it yourself. I don't hate the self-check. I'm not saying I hate it. If you want to do it, that's fine. But some of these places anymore, you're almost forced to do it yourself. I mean, you can't find, if you go to, like, Walmart or something like that, you can't find a fucking cashier anywhere.
Mm-hmm.
It gets old after a while, and, you know, sometimes I hate to use my handicap, John, because, you know, you're going to make me you a whiny little bitch. But I'm fine. I am a whiny little bitch. But sometimes, you know, it's a pain in the ass trying to load up groceries onto a fucking thing.
Dog food or some shit, yeah.
Bagging all this shit with one leg, dude. I mean, it gets tiring standing there. So, yes, I'm a whiny little bitch, but it is what it is.
Yeah.
I think the closest I ever came to getting arrested, well, there's one time driving, but it wasn't that big of a deal. But one time I was at a Walmart, actually, and I was on the radio, right? And I did the whole, somebody gave us, like, the code for the fucking loudspeaker in the Walmart.
Mm-hmm.
So they had me going on the air and going on the microphone at the Walmart, saying all this stupid shit, like looking for hairy balls on you and all that kind of stuff, doing all the stupid jokes and stuff. And they called the cops, and cops came out and fucking wanted to arrest me, and I said, no.
Yeah.
They were nice. But
paging huge erection to the front desk. Huge erection.
Did all those. And then the best, though, the one time that I did get pulled over on the radio and was threatened with, like, serious arrest.
Mm-hmm.
Me and the guy that was doing a show with, we pretended to be city workers in Westlake, right?
Sure.
And it was March.
Mm-hmm.
Because it was almost St. Patrick's Day. And we were driving around, and we saw, like, a house with, like, their Christmas lights still up, like, on the house.
Yeah.
So we put on, like, hard hats and, like, those orange vests and stuff and pretended to be city workers, went up to the fucking door and said, hey, man, we were on the radio at the time. And we said, hey, if you don't remove these lights within the next 2 hours, you're going to be fined $500 by the city.
Right.
And he was like, he was really concerned. We drove off and we went back, and this fucking guy was in his suit on a big-ass ladder, dude, because it was a big home in Westlake. And he's taking these fucking Christmas lights down. And we were talking about it on the air with the phone. We're sitting in his driveway laughing at him.
Right.
And he fucking called the cops, and the cops really wanted it. They pulled us over. They took us out of the car, took us over the hood of the car, and were ready to arrest us.
Sure.
It was good. It was funny.
It's funny. It's great.
Did all that stupid shit long before the Dieters of the world.
That's right. Yeah, but he's a badass. Remember? He's a badass.
Oh, yeah, I forgot.
He tells you that all the time.
That's all right. I feel
I don't know
bad.
if you know this, but he played college football.
I feel bad for that guy. His poor wife died. So.
Yeah, well, too bad it wasn't him. But anyway.
All right, time to wrap it up and head over to Minds, minds.com/Seth Williams Show. If you haven't signed up yet, do so immediately.
Yes.
And you can join us in about 3 minutes over there. So,
yep. Don't forget to stay here, Seth. Stay here when you go out. Right.
Thanks to Ryan Ruiz from the Cleveland Crunch for joining us. And McCain Spragling.
Yes.
For joining us as well. We do appreciate it. I mean, dude, didn't Ryan say he was like co-owner?
Yeah.
I mean, that's amazing. We had like the co-owner of the Crunch on.
A major sports team. I know. Pretty good.
And that was pretty cool. So thanks to those guys. Thanks everybody for watching. God willing, we'll talk to you again on Monday. And again, 3 minutes on Minds. If you haven't signed up, do so. We will talk to you over there in just a couple.
See ya.
See ya. Maybe.
knows this land stands tall and proud. Believes in freedom, speaks his mind out loud. Mentored by Trip, he learned to be tough. Life knocked him down, but he got back up. Lost a leg, but he's still strong and true. Chasing dreams under skies of red, white, and blue. Voting for Trump, he shouts it clear. WTAM tried to bring him down, but he's still here. In the heart of America, Seth takes a stand. Against the tides, he defends our land. Liberals call him crazy, but he don't care. He's got the spirit of an eagle, soaring high in the air. Hates LeBron James, won't wear that crown. Prefers hard work and blue jeans in this town. Radio waves try to shut him up, but Seth keeps singing, filling that cup. From the small town streets to the mountain high, Seth sees the flag waving, reaching for the sky. He keeps on fighting with a rebel yell, for every fallen soldier and the stories they tell. In the heart of America, Seth takes a stand. Against the tides, he defends our land. Liberals call him crazy, but he don't care. He's got the spirit of an eagle, soaring high in the air. Town streets to the mountain high, Seth sees the flag waving, reaching for the sky. He keeps on fighting with a rebel yell, for every fallen soldier and the stories they tell. In the heart of America, Seth takes a stand. Against the tides, he defends our land. Liberals call him crazy, but he don't care. He's got the spirit of an eagle, soaring high in the air.
Hey, it's Chris Aiken from the Classic Metal Show, Chris Aiken Presents, and the Seth Williams Show, straight from the uncensored heart of the CMS network. We've just been crowned a certified Rumble creator, and that means we're bringing the heat. All our shows, commercial-free, baby. Advanced episode drops, sometimes months before the normal release, so you're not stuck waiting. You'll get all this plus exclusive content for Rumble Premium subscribers that'll blow your mind. And with Rumble Premium, you'll get every CMS Network show and all of Rumble's other videos with no ads and no fluff. This is our official home, Rumble. It's raw, powerful, and unfiltered. You want in? Just hit us up at rumble.com/register/Classic Metal Show to sign up for free commenting, chat live, and just your ability to join the chaos of all of our shows. Then while you're there, swing by any of our videos, smash that Rumble Premium button, and level up. Subscribe now. Don't sleep on this. Hit the link in the description.